What's up, everybody? It is Lee Schutzhund K9 Training back with another video, another protection video with 10-month-old Onyx. And this is his second session after the first one that I posted on YouTube already, about a week and a half apart. So kind of just be explaining some of the things that's going on in this video. Try not to ramble on too much, but so my trainer is basically getting Onyx aroused. And he has a cloth right now. We're still working Onyx on the cloth. We haven't moved on to a sleeve or anything like that yet. And of course, Onyx gets tangled up on the harness. So I ended up untangling him basically. But yeah, so right now we're focusing on Onyx, basically getting him aroused. And this video we're going to be doing a lot of focusing on his grip, because obviously, you know, in Schutzhund, or almost basically in any bite sport, you know, the grip is really one of the most important things. And right now, currently, Onyx, I'm not going to say he doesn't have a good grip, but we're training him to get a good one. So right now, he's just building frustration. This is all prey drive maneuvers, and he goes in, and Onyx gets a good grip. But let me see what's kind of going on here. One thing that Onyx has a problem with, you know, currently right now that you'll see in this video, is that he tries to grip with his molars, but instead he feels more comfortable gripping with his front teeth. So obviously, you know, he'll have to eventually learn to grip with his molars, because if he continue to grip with his front teeth, what you will see is what my trainer will do in this video. He'll start to yank the sleeve away, which in time will help, because it'll make Onyx more possessive once he gets a hold of the sleeve. And you can just see, you just seen that happen right now. And I was also rubbing on Onyx, rubbing around his head, rubbing up under his jaw, cuffing his jaw and stuff. You know, that's what we call dead prey. I mentioned that in the previous protection session video with Onyx. That's what we call dead prey, when the prey item is now dead. So we're teaching the dog or puppy or whatever to be calm, in a calm state. So you'll kind of see Onyx a little bit uncomfortable with that in this video. So my trainer recommends, you know, when we're just playing tug at home, to just, you know, get in the habit of just rubbing him and getting him to relax after, you know, after I stop, you know, doing prey drive maneuvers. You know, once I let him get hold of the ball, we focus on getting him calm, and I focus on cuffing his jaw and getting him to relax. So right now you can kind of see him, he's trying to help Onyx with his grip, because as I mentioned a few seconds ago, in Onyx, you can tell that he has a good grip, but if you look close enough, he's not gripping with the molars. Or if he does grip with the molars, he kind of lets the cloth come a little bit to the front of his muzzle. And as I mentioned before, you know, once Rob, who is my trainer, you know, realizes that, you know, Onyx is letting the cloth come to the front of his mouth, that's when he'll yank away. So, you know, it's all beginner stuff, you know, not really a big deal or anything like that. And, you know, as my trainer mentioned, you're not going to hear him say it in this video, but he mentioned during this session that, you know, it's best we get all of this stuff out now before we transition over into a bite sleeve, basically. Because that'll be a lot harder, and you definitely don't want the dog munching on that. So as you can see right now, he's still, you know, Onyx has a good grip, and he readjusts, you know, he's learning to readjust, and he's having fun. That's what's most important. You want the puppy to have, he's only 10 months, he'll be 11 months soon. As of right now in this video, he's 10 months. But you want the puppy to just have a lot of fun while doing it, because sometimes you get dogs that do this kind of stuff, and they really just don't enjoy it. So you want to make sure that you're going to go get a good genetically bred dog for the sport. You know, if you're going to do sport work, you want to go, you know, get a sport dog. So right now he's, you know, I can't really hear what's going on in the video as I'm doing this voiceover, but I kind of remember from being there. He was kind of trying to get Onyx to relax, because Onyx has to get used. You know, over time, Onyx will realize what's going on, and he'll be able to calm down and relax. So the end goal to all of this, or end game to all of this, is to get him to grip. You know, obviously he's going to be crazy aroused and crazy hyper when all of the prey drive stuff is going on. But when the prey drive item becomes dead prey, he has to learn to just calmly grip. So as you can see right there, he was kind of calm, but he didn't have the right grip. And anytime that happens, Rob is going to immediately yank the sleeve away to get Onyx more hype, more possessive, and it's going to get the dog remembering that if I don't grip this correctly, with the teeth, with the molars that are in the back of my mouth, this sleeve or a cloth or a rag or whatever is going to be yanked away. So right now, this is all prey drive stuff. He has the, he had the very end of the cloth right there in that moment. So, that's definitely not what we want. And I don't even think Rob meant for him to get it in that part. So, like I said, it's all beginner stuff. It's a lot of stuff that Onyx has to learn. And as I mentioned, most important thing is that he's having fun while doing this. So let's see what happens next, because I kind of want to comment on stuff as it's happening. So still all prey drive stuff, and he's looked like, he's still building arousal. He got a nice grip right there. So we're going to see what he do. I believe, it is not to the back of his jaw, not yet. And I don't know if we kind of get that in this video or in any of these clips. Okay, so right now he's basically, he's lifting the cloth, side by side, because he's trying to see where he's gripping at, what part of his jaw, whether it's on the left side or right side is weak, because you want it to be a full calm grip on both sides of the jaw. So as he lifts, it'll kind of be slipping. I can't remember which side, but one side will kind of be slipping. These hand maneuvers you see him doing right here, eventually in the future that will be a stick. And the dog has to, learn to be calm within those moments. And I believe right here he's telling me to basically do all these hand gestures and maneuvers, when I'm just playing tug with him. Which, is something that you can, whoever else might be experiencing this with their dog, where the puppy is a little bit uncomfortable with being touched while they're, gripping on something. Playing tug is a good time to, deal with that kind of stuff. So it's not anything wrong with the dog or the puppy. It's not a genetic issue. It's not, anything that has to do with anxiety or anything like that. It's just a puppy learning how to do bite work. All of this stuff has to be trained properly. You have to keep at it. Repetitions is key. So after so many repetitions, eventually Onyx will get it. So right here, it looks like Rob is trying to yank away, and he actually does. And Onyx is back on him. And, if there's one thing I will say for sure, Onyx has a very, very good bark. In the future, I would love to see it more rapid. And I think I mentioned that in the last video, the first video I posted of his first protection session. So right here, you see him pick up the whip. And, this was a very, good moment for Onyx, because this is his first time seeing a whip thrown at him, and he's completely unfazed by it. I'm not saying that no other puppy in beginner phases of protection, wouldn't be unfazed by it, but it's a good thing that he just wasn't unfazed by the whip or anything like that, because whip noises, gunshot noises, all of that kind of stuff he has to get used to seeing. When you do the BH or IGP-1 trials, the dog has to get used to gunshot noises. They have to get used to, whip noises, just all kinds of stuff. So it was nice to see him unbothered by that. So looks like he's trying to get him to go in for another grip, and just messing with him right here. Just make him more frustrated, which is something you definitely want to do. And just keeping the dog. There we go. So he went in for the grip right there. But, when you have a dog that's constantly missing the grip like that, or missing the catch, you don't want the dog to get discouraged or anything like that. So you just do it a couple of times, then you let him get a grip, and then you yank it away. And eventually the dog know, if I keep trying, or if I keep barking, if I keep putting in the work, then I'm eventually going to get that grip back. So as you can see right here, Onyx, he has another nice grip, but it's not with his molars, because you can see the cloth kind of yanking away. So, that's why it's important that I post these videos on YouTube. Whether this channel grow or not, that's not really the point of this. The point of this is just to document the growth of this dog, which is my first working line dog. And I also want to get my decoy journey on here, my journey of becoming a decoy helper, and, you know, whatever else I can put on here as far as trials and just working other dogs. But this kind of stuff is important because it will show me where Onyx is now. It'll help me go back and just be able to watch and just do homework on some things, and, you know, we'll be able to compare and contrast in the future when Onyx get better. So that's the main goal of this channel for me as of right now in 2025, just to document him, you know, and his Schutzhund work and my, you know, my work as a decoy helper. So we go on for another grip right here. I can't hear the video, so I can't remember if we were praising him, but I do believe that that was a good grip that he actually got. And Rob is he's doing the side-by-side pulling again to see where the grip is weak at. So I believe he's going to readjust pretty soon. I think Onyx is going to readjust. Let me see. Okay, so you can kind of see the grip a little bit weak on the left side. And it transitioned over into another video. And I think this is the part where Onyx readjusts and gets a better grip. Let me see. I'm pretty certain this is the part. Because you can see he has a nice hold on. There we go. Yep. So that's what you want to see. And, you know, right then and there when Onyx did it, we immediately praised him, because over time, you know, like I said, repetition is key. Over time, Onyx will learn. That's exactly what we want him to do. You know, if you feel like he's losing the grip, we want him to readjust himself. You know, now we'll help him readjust with the cloth because he has to learn. But in the future, when my trainer is grabbing the cloth from side to side, we don't want to feel any weak points within that grip. So this is all stuff that you have to learn. You know, this is beginner stuff. Beginner protection phase stuff. You know, I explain in the first protection video I posted, or the previous one with Onyx, which was really his first session, I kind of explained that he was in the beginner phase. So he'll probably be in that for a while. He's only 10 months old. There's no rush with this or anything like that. We're just taking our time and we're just documenting all of this stuff. And honestly, in these clips, he showed me what I'm working with, which is a lot, honestly, especially with the pedigree that he has. He has a very nice stacked pedigree. And my trainer basically mentioned that, you know, when you have a dog with such a good pedigree, doesn't mean that every puppy from that pedigree is going to be good, but